Good morning and welcome back to Edge Over Action, where we do not chase picks, we chase edge. Circling back from yesterday, we had 4 breakdowns. We only chose 2. We chose the Cleveland versus White Sox game, and then we also chose the Diamondbacks versus St. Louis game. We hit the St. Louis Arizona Diamondbacks game. We took the first 5 under 4.5. We missed the Cleveland White Sox game of over 7. So unfortunately, that's the way it is. But we broke even. We are 1-1. We are not in the hole. And we are going to move forward. The whole point is to keep growing, make smart bets, not chase anything, and grow. All right, so before we start and get in today's slate, quick disclaimer, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Sports betting involves risk. I am not responsible for any losses, bad beats, late scratches, line movement, or decisions you make with your own bankroll. Always bet responsibly, only bet what you can afford to lose, and follow the laws where you live. Now, if you enjoy disciplined sports betting content, Major League Baseball slate breakdowns, market reads, simulations, and real better past decisions, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the daily card. Here's how we do things on Edge Over Action. We do not start with picks, we start with the board. First, we scan the full slate. We look for weather flags, pitching volatility, strange line movement, public money splits, sharp money signals, bullpen fatigue, travel spots, lineup risks, and games that may actually be worth modeling. Second, we build a short list. Not every game deserves action. Most games are passes. We're not only looking for games with the market might have made a mistake. Third, we read the market before the model. We want to know where the line opened, where it moved, who the public is betting, where the money is showing, and whether the move looks like real steam or fake steam. Fourth, we run the baseball model. That gives us protected scores, win percentages, fair lines, total probabilities, first 5 edges, and possible mispriced markets. Fifth and last, we stress test everything. We ask, what makes this bet completely wrong? What if the start is worse than expected? What if the bullpen is tired? What if the weather edge disappears? What if the public side is not a trap and the market is right? And then finally, we make the call. Bet or pass, baby. No leans, no maybes, no forced plays. And one more important rule. We are not building parlays here. We're not trying to get rich off one lottery ticket. This channel is about growing the account with disciplined straight bets, playable numbers, flat units, and bankroll protection. Parlays are fun, but they are not the foundation of this process. Here we keep it simple. Straight bets only, small units, better prices, and no chasing. All right. And before we start the scan, hit the like button if you want more daily MLB breakdowns like this. Subscribe if you want the full Edge Over Action process every day, slate scan, market read, model, stress test, and final card. Now, let's get into today's board. All right, game 1 on our slate. We got Cubs at Mets, which is a doubleheader spot. Why it's worth looking into, doubleheader chaos. The early game is a makeup of the June 22nd postponement, and MLB lists the Cubs starter as to be determined against Nolan McLean, who has 4 wins, 4 losses, a 3.67 ERA. The night game also has the Cubs starter to be determined against Sean Mania, who has 1 win, 2 losses with a 4.64 ERA. That creates lineup uncertainty, bullpen sequencing issues, and possible first 5 versus full game market differences. Weather note, Citi Field looks much cleaner than yesterday. Covers show 0% POP for both games, with the early game at 83 degrees. 10.3 miles per hour wind, and the night game at 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 8.1 miles per hour wind. So the early game is going to be 10 miles an hour wind. Night game is going to be 8 mile per hour wind. RotoWire also notes wind blowing out later in the game window. So that's something good to note. 8 mile per hour wind going out of the ballpark could be an over signal. So Just something to note. All right, we got game number 2, Red Sox at Rockies. Why it's worth looking into: Coors Field plus a major starting pitcher gap. Boston is around minus 161. Colorado is plus 148. Total of 11, with Ranger Suarez with a 2.93 ERA against Kyle Freeland with a 7.36 ERA. This is the kind of game where the model may like Boston or Boston team total, but Coors can turn any clean edge ugly fast. Bullpen weather note: Coors weather is playable but still volatile. Covers show 83 degrees Fahrenheit with a 6.9 mile per hour wind, 18% POP. Because this is Coors, bullpen availability from the last 2 games matters a lot before trusting any full game angle. So I actually kind of had this game on my radar just because of how poor the Rockies starting pitcher is. I believe they only have like 1 win, 7 losses. So possibly a first 5 Red Sox money line might be in play for that one. I don't know. We'll figure it out towards the end of our video. Okay, game number 3, Dodgers at Twins. Yesterday we passed on this game. Why it's worth looking into today: expensive favorite with elite starters on both sides. The Dodgers are around minus 170. Twins are plus 156, a total of 8. With Shohei Ohtani, 7 wins, 2 losses, with a 1.47 ERA against Joe Ryan, 5 wins, 3 losses, with a 2.99 ERA. This is not a blind Dodger spot. The price is high, and Ryan is strong enough to stress test the favorite. Weather note: Target Field has a real weather conditions angle. Covers shows 12.8 miles per hour wind and 18% POP, while RotoWire has a 73-degree forecast, 18% precipitation chance, 13 mile per hour wind at first pitch. That matters for full game total, first 5 total, and late bullpen volatility. So seems like today weather is a factor for most of these games. So just take that into account, all right? Game number 4, we got Diamondbacks at Cardinals. Why it's worth looking into: rookie and an unknown starter versus shaky starter with a near pick'em price. Major League Baseball, MLB, lists Arizona with Mitch Bratt. 0 wins, 0 losses. No ERA listed against Matthew Liberatore. Oh my gosh, man. Last game I put on the Cardinals with Liberatore pitching. Oh, it was so ugly. So ugly. But this guy, he's got a 3-win, 4-loss, one of those losses I bet on, with a 5.23 ERA. Covers has St. Louis only slightly favored around minus 114, Arizona plus 105 with a total of 9. This is exactly the type of game where the market may know something, or the opener may be soft because of the unknown starter. Weather note: Busch Stadium is warm at 85 degrees Fahrenheit with a 21% POP and light wind. RotoWire notes 6 miles per hour wind blowing out, so run environment needs checking before any total or team total angle. All right, 5th game up, we got Athletics at the Giants. Why it's worth looking into: strange road favorite profile. Oakland is around minus 124 at San Francisco, with the Giants plus 115, total of 8. MLB lists Gage Jump, 3 wins, 1 loss, with a 2.37 ERA against Tyler Mahle, 1 win, 7 losses, 6.04 ERA. So the market is clearly respecting the A's starter gap despite Oracle Park and road pricing. Weather note: Oracle Park has a sneaky weather angle. Covers show 61 degrees Fahrenheit, 10.3 mile per hour wind, and RotoWire says 10 mile per hour wind blowing out. This is worth checking because Oracle usually suppresses offense, but wind direction can change the total profile. So that could be a lookout for a total or a first 5 total over. Just something to look out to. Next game, we got Brewers at Reds. White's worth looking into. Hitter-friendly park, solid favorite, and a red starter with regression risk. Milwaukee is around minus 139. Cincinnati is plus 128 with a total of 9.5, 9.5 at Great American Ballpark. The matchup is Shane Drohan, 3.4 ERA versus Rhett Lauder, 4.82 ERA. Market note, Milwaukee is priced like the better team, but at GABP with a 9.5 total. This needs a bullpen and lineup check before assuming the favorite is playable. Weather looks neutral with 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 3.4 miles per hour wind, 0% POP. All right, next up we got Braves at Padres. White's worth looking into. Whoops. All right, White's worth looking into. Atlanta is a road favorite around minus 133. San Diego plus 123, total of 8. But Major League Baseball lists J.P. Sears with no ERA shown against Martin Perez. 6 wins, 3 losses, 2.78 ERA. That creates a starter evaluation question and a possible market overreaction or underreaction. Weather note, Petco looks clean, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 0% POP, with RotoWire showing 9 miles per hour wind left to right. This is more of a market pitching bullpen game than a weather game. Usually whenever the wind is blowing like left or right, sideways, and not blowing either out or into the park, the left or right usually means it's going to be more of a defensive game. So just something to take note. All right, our last game, we've got Yankees at Tigers. White's worth looking into. Brand name Yankees are a road dog. Detroit is around minus 140. Yankees plus 129, a total of 7.5. With Ryan Weathers, 4.13 ERA listed against Tarek Skubal, 3.02 ERA. Anytime the Yankees are plus money and the total is low, we need to check whether the public is grabbing the name brand dog or whether the market is correctly pricing Skubal. Weather note, Comerica has mild concerns, 6.3 degrees Fahrenheit, 9.2 miles per hour wind with a 24% POP. Not a huge weather game, but enough to verify before touching full game totals. So, yeah, that is the first rundown of each game on our slate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to narrow it down, do a couple of simulations, do a couple stress tests on several of these games that really stuck out, and hopefully we can make an official bet or pass. All right, now we've narrowed it down to our short list. First game we're going to start off with is Boston Red Sox versus Colorado Rockies. Reason why I narrowed this one down is just because it's a very significant pitcher advantage for Boston. First 5 actually stood out to me, so this is the reason why I narrowed it down to this game. The market read first, Boston is the public side. It shows that Boston is taking roughly 86% of the bets, 80% money on money line, and 89% bets or 92% on the minus 1.5. Or 89% bets and 90% money on the minus 1.5. That's not a clean, sharp profile. It's mostly favorite and public pressure. ESPN's market snapshot also had Boston's favorite around minus 167 with a total of 10.5, which a lot of my information shows Boston around minus 171 and the total pushed up to 11. Rockies have a model contrarian flag, not confirmed steam. Looks like Rockies are plus 120 fair against a market around plus 145. And Colorado has 14% bets, 20% money. That is a value flag. But the line opened around Colorado plus 135 and moved to plus 145, meaning the market moved against Colorado, not toward them. That makes it model edge only, not real steam. Total move looks more real than fake, but the price now is worse. open was around 10.5, now showing 11 over minus 117. Over has both ticket and money support. Coors is 83 degrees weather, Freeland's profile, and Rocky's bullpen fatigue all explain the move, but 11, the over is no longer cheap. Denver's hourly forecast also shows warmer afternoon temperatures with storm uncertainty later, which adds volatility rather than clean certainty. The schedule fatigue. This is a same game series day game after a night game, so there's no travel edge, but there is no rest. That's like closing and opening. Boston won yesterday 5-2, and both teams are coming right back into Coors. The 50,000 game simulation shows Boston money line won 60.6% of the time with a fair line of minus 154. The current line is minus 167 to minus 171, which is overpriced. Colorado money line, the sim win percentage was 39.4%. The fair line was plus 154. Current line is plus 145 to 150, and it's not enough value. Boston minus 1.5. The simulation won 47.9%. Fair line was plus 109. The current line is minus 106. It's just a bad price. Colorado plus 1.5. That won 52.1%. Fair line was minus 109. Current line is minus 102. The model value stress test was weak. Over 10.5, the simulation won 45.4%. Fair line plus 120 range. Current line minus 120. We didn't really have a verdict on that one. And the under 10.5, the simulation won 54.6%. Fair line was minus 120 range. Current line plus 113 shown. The verdict was model edge only. Market fighting it. So the stress test. Most common exact scores: Boston 4, Colorado 3, Boston 3, Colorado 2, Colorado 4, Boston 3, Boston 5, Colorado 4, Boston 5, Colorado 3, Boston 6, Colorado 4. So it shows a trend of Boston taking the win, pretty much. Stress test, the best raw model edge is Boston first 5 money line minus 133, which is pretty much what I had in mind. But because it isolates the Suarez versus Freeland starter gap and avoids some full game bullpen chaos, unfortunately, it did not fully survive the stress test. If Suarez is 15% worse than projected, Boston first 5 fair drops from around minus 154 to about minus 130. At a current minus 133, the edge is almost gone. If Freeland simply survives 4 to 5 innings and Boston's weaker offense profile shows up, the first 5 price becomes too thin. Bullpen fatigue points toward Boston late and possibly more scoring, but it does not cleanly create a bet. Colorado's pen is more taxed, but Boston also has key arms with recent usage. That makes full game, Boston money line too expensive, and Boston minus 1.5 too fragile. The under has a raw model, especially at 11, but the market already moved up from 10.5 to 11. Betting under 10.5 would be fighting the steam and likely not beating the close. A 3-run first inning would put both the first 5 under and full game under in immediate trouble. The Rockies' money line has a pro model value flag, but not a true betting edge. The market moved from plus 135 to plus 145, which means Colorado got cheaper, not sharper. With Freeland's 7.36 ERA, 1.58 whip, 12 hits per 9 innings, plus a fragile Rockies bullpen, the dog price is not strong enough. Unfortunately, we got to pass, guys. Strongest reason not to bet: every possible angle has a serious flaw. Boston is too public and too expensive. Colorado is only a model dog. The under fights total steam, and the best first 5 edge loses its cushion once Suarez is stress tested. So, unfortunately, pass. All right, next game, we've got Athletics versus Giants. And again, I picked this one strictly off of the pitching advantage for the Athletics. Market first read, the full game Athletics money line is not clean steam. Athletics has the big public money split from my information, but the line has not strengthened enough with that support. That usually means resistance or buyback on San Francisco, and I would not play Athletics full game money line. The sharper looking market signal is actually the total, where over money shows up despite fewer bets. But the total has also moved from 8.5 down towards 8. So it's not clean enough to trust a full game over. It looks more like real over buyback at 8, but a clean over at 8.5. The best edge is not full game. It's Athletics first 5 money line because it isolates the Gage Jump versus Tyler Mall gap and avoids the biggest athletic weakness, late bullpen defense. And that was actually this right here, the Athletics first 5 money line is the exact reason why I narrowed it down to this one. MLB lists Gage Jump versus Tyler Mall with Jump at 3 wins, 1 loss, 2.37 ERA, and Mall at 1 win, 7 losses, a 6.04 ERA for this matchup. Mall is also returning from a month-long absence, which adds early start volatility. Most common score cluster, Athletics 4-3, 3-3, 4-4, San Francisco 4-3, Athletics 3-2. Full game score distribution is tight, which makes the full game side and run line fragile. First 5 angle is cleaner. Now for the stress test. What can make this bet completely wrong? Jump small, Major League Baseball sample regresses. Mall returns sharper than his season numbers, and the Giants' contact bats force traffic early. If San Francisco scores 2-3 runs in the first 2 innings, the first 5 money line gets stressed immediately. Starter, 15% worse scenario. If jump is 15% worse than projection, Athletics first 5 fair drops from about minus 184 to minus 137. That still leaves some value at minus 121, but the margin becomes much thinner. If Mall looks healthier after the layoff, Athletics first 5 fair drops to around minus 131. Still barely playable at minus 121, but no longer an A-grade edge. Bullpen fatigue. This is why I do not want the full game Athletics Giants game. The A's had to go to the bullpen early yesterday after Aaron Savale lasted only 4 innings, while the Giants got 8 innings from Robbie Ray and only needed Caleb Killian in the 9th. The bullpen usage tracker also shows recent Athletics reliever workload, while San Francisco's pen is lighter by comparison. San Francisco is cool around the high 50s to low 60s into game time, which is not ideal for easy carry, which hurts full game over and run line ideas more than it hurts Athletics first 5 money line. Lineup risk, Zach Geloff exited last night with a right hand laceration / contusion, but avoided something more serious. If he is unexpectedly scratched, the first 5 edge shrinks but does not disappear. If multiple top 4 athletic bats are scratched, I would say pass, and that sucks because Zach Geloff has been hitting. His hits, runs, RBIs has been hitting over 1.5 almost every single game, except for last night because of this incident. So that is a shame, and that's actually really good to know. All right. Full game Athletics has trap risk. Athletics first 5 has less trap risk because the bet is not relying on the same full game market story. It is relying on the first 5 starter mismatch. The final card. We're going to bet this baby. We're going to bet Athletics first 5 money line with a tie equaling a push. Current line is minus 121. A fair line of minus 155 to minus 165. Stress test adjusted. Minimal playable price is minus 135 or better. All right. So if you see anything minus 140 or worse, you pass on that. So, yep. We're doing a 3/4 of a unit on this one. So, all right. We're betting, baby. Athletics first 5 money line. All right. And the last game that we got is the Diamondbacks at Cardinals. Again, this is another pitching mismatch. Diamondbacks are bringing a call up, so this guy hasn't pitched a Major League Baseball game this year, so I'm assuming he's probably going to be a little bit rusty. St. Louis looks phenomenal as well, so I mean, I feel that St. Louis has a significant first 5 pitching advantage, but let's see what the model says. First, the market read, the sharp-looking signal is on Arizona, not St. Louis. My information shows Arizona getting only about 35 to 38% of bets, but 63 to 68% of the money on the money line, while St. Louis is the public side with about 65% of bets. That's a real big money differential, but the problem is the line has not really confirmed it. St. Louis opened around minus 120 and is still sitting around minus 115 to minus 120, while Arizona is around plus 100 to plus 108. It's not clean steam. It is more of a sharp interest signal without full market confirmation. Official probable pitchers confirm Mitch Bratt versus Matthew Lipitor. Bratt has no MLB line. He's 0-0, no ERA, 0 SO, while Lipitor is listed at a 3 wins, 4 losses, a 5.23 ERA, 67 strikeouts. That makes the game extremely fragile because Bratt is a debut rookie variance, while Lipitor has more real current season damage indicators. The stress test has Diamondbacks with 4.38 runs, Cardinals at 4.65 runs with a total of 9.03 runs. Money line, Cardinals win 53.6% of the time. Diamondbacks win 46.4% of the time. So it looks like my model has Cardinals winning most of the time. First 5, St. Louis still leads after 5, 43.3%, which is a lot lower than I thought. Arizona leaves after 5, 38.2%. A tie after 5, 18.4%. So, unfortunately, there's no edge in the first 5 other than the debut rookie pitcher. Total over 9 won 40.1%. A push at 9 got 15.7%, and under 9 got 44.2%. So there's no edge there. Under 9.5 graded better in the raw sim at about 59.9%. So if you could find a 9.5, I mean, it looks better, but still, I mean, maybe I wouldn't, especially with the pitcher uncertainty. It's just a trap spot. The market is already heavily under with 80% bets, 78% money, and the real game risk profile is not clean enough to lay minus 130. Most common cluster of wins is Cardinals 5, Diamondbacks 4, Cardinals 4, Diamondbacks 3, Diamondbacks 4, Cardinals 3, Diamondbacks 5, Cardinals 4, Cardinals 6, Diamondbacks 5. The score cluster screams tight game, noisy total, no clean side. What the stress test said was the strongest reason not to bet Arizona is Bratt. His minor league indicators are promising. One report noted a strong AAA Reno run with a 2.84 ERA and a 0.947 WHIP. But this is still a first MLB look with roll, pitch, count uncertainty. Fangraph's projection data was more conservative, around 4.15 ERA, 4.18 FIP type projection, which is not enough to make Arizona a clear plus EV money line at only plus 100 to plus 108. Strongest reason not to bet under is bullpen and game script risk. Arizona used key late arms yesterday. Kevin Ginkel got the win. Paul Sewald was hit in the 9th, and Brandon Garcia got the final out save. That matches your bullpen information, and that matches my bullpen information showing several Arizona relievers with recent usage and limited rest. If Bratt only goes 4 to 5 innings, the game can get into tired bullpen innings early. Weather is not a clean under helper either. Warm conditions around 85 degrees, humidity, cloud cover, and precipitation risk. Live forecast also shows clouds and thunderstorm chances around game window. That adds delay, pitcher removal risk more than it creates a reliable under edge. Disaster scenario. This bet loses fast if Brat's command is not MLB ready. St. Louis sees him the second time through, and as Arizona has to expose a taxed bullpen. A 3-run first inning is not impossible here because both starters carry volatility. Brat from unknown MLB translation, Liberatore from a 1.56 whip, 10.70 hits per 9 innings. Profile shown. The under is immediately damaged, and Arizona side is probably dead unless Liberatore collapses. So that's a disaster scenario for that. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to pass. We got to make these smart choices. There is no small model edge towards under 9.5. There is a small model edge towards 9.5, and a small market signal towards Arizona, but neither becomes a true betting edge after the stress tests. Arizona money signal does not have enough line confirmation, and the under is too public, too juiced, and too vulnerable to rookie start, bullpen, weather, chaos. For me, I would have gone Cardinals. My model is saying Arizona, and the under, it's definitely a pass. I just can't I can't go against it, so it's a pass. All right, guys, and that's it. That's all for Edge Over Action for today. We are not here to force bets. We are not here to chase public favorites. We are not here to take every model lean. We are not here to build parlays and hope one hits. We are here to find the spots where the number, the market, the model, and the stress test all line up. The way we grow the account is with straight bets, controlled units, playable prices, and discipline. Some days that means 2 bets, some days that means 1 bet, and some days the best card is no card at all. Before you go, make sure you like the video, subscribe to Edge Over Action, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next slate breakdown. Drop a comment with the game you want modeled next, or tell me if you were betting or passing with the same card. Final reminder, I am not responsible for anyone's wins or losses. This is sports betting. This is risk in every play. Bet responsibly, protect your bankroll, and never bet money you cannot afford to lose. This has been Edge Over Action. Bet with discipline, protect the bankroll, and remember, we don't need action. We just need an edge. Have a good one, guys.